Hey guys, I'm back with another YouTube video, and my name is Francois-Madden. I am a licensed clinical social worker and also the best-selling author of The State of Black Girls. So today's topic is a bit more serious. We're talking about Black girls and depression. This is an area that a lot of people don't talk about, but it is happening, and we know that now that we are in the middle of a pandemic, it has risen lately. So some of the things that I want you guys to know is that over the last decade, they've done a study and they recognized that the death by suicide rates has increased for Black youth while it has declined for other racial and ethnic groups. So they saw like a 73% rise from those that they researched. And the research was done by NYU McSilver Institute by Dr. Michael Lindsay. So I'm not going to get into the whole research part because I don't know who's watching this video. You could be parents, you could be Black girls, you could be community leaders, you may not all be researchers. So I really want to make sure that people understand what's happening. Now, here's the thing with depression. Depression looks very different in adolescents compared to adults. Sometimes with teens, you'll notice that they're irritable, they may feel hopeless, you might find that they don't want to hang out with their friends anymore. Maybe you'll find that they don't want to go out and do some of the things that they once loved doing. They're just in their room most of the time. They may be tearful. They may start saying things like, I don't want to live anymore. I want to just end my life. So you may start to see some signs of it, but you may not recognize it too, depending on the teenager that you're around. So you may not know what's happening. So some things I want to share with you all is that, with Black girls, depression is happening. It's happening at an alarming rate, and it's not being talked about. Like I said, oftentimes the voices of Black girls are being silenced by people. Not only that, what I have found is that, not just I have found, but with research, they found that, when it comes to Black youth, they are more likely to be referred to a juvenile delinquent center compared to being referred to a psychiatric setting for help that they need. So when a Black girl is in crisis, you have to ask yourself what is happening in that moment. We've seen stories in multiple states. We've seen stories in Florida as young as 5 years old where a girl was being handcuffed because she had a tantrum in the school. And what people don't realize is that perhaps her mood was not being regulated in that moment, and this is what's happening. So you can only imagine, like, if Black girls are dealing with things that are traumatic for them, but yet people don't see that, and they're handcuffing them, they're policing them out of the school. How does that really impact our girls? How does it really affect them as far as, like, how they feel about themselves, and if they feel like anyone is going to give them the help that they need? The other thing you have to recognize is that there are some disparities when it comes to getting treatment. There are not a lot of culturally responsive therapists that work with Black girls. That's another issue that we have, or what you'll find is that you'll call therapists, they're booked up, perhaps they don't take your insurance, they don't offer the availability or time, or maybe girls are not being referred for treatment at all because the school, they see them, but the school is like, go to the detention office, you're suspended. They're not really checking in to see, okay, how can I help these girls? What else are they going through? I have heard from so many girls where they say, well, I'm not even seeing my guidance counselor. And also, too, if we're in the middle of a pandemic, a lot of them feel like they're not getting the support that they need, that they need to succeed at this moment. So that's something else that I noticed that Black girls are experiencing. So we really need to be intentional about how we're helping them. So some things I want to share that you guys can do to help young Black girls that are dealing with depression. Really support them, show up for them, and let them know that you care. Let them know that you're going to give them the space to talk, and make sure that it's in a non-judgmental setting, because you have to create that safe space. You need to know from them, what does a safe space look like for them, so you can show that for them so they know that you care. You want to also link them up with resources, whether it's them being a part of organizations where they have a supportive community, having them do some hobbies that they forgot about that they enjoy. It could be simple things like coloring, learning how to swim, learning how to play double dutch like I did growing up, learning how to journal their thoughts. So simple things like that, because they need to talk about their feelings and their emotions and what they're experiencing. Something else too is you want to identify your triggers. What are your triggers that's happening in a moment? What are the things that you're saying to yourself if you're engaging in negative self-talk? So negative self-talk, when you're saying negative things about yourself, how can you change that narrative, say more positive things, using I am statement to tell yourself that I am powerful, I am great, I am good, Not only that, and this part right here, I want to talk to my girls real quick. So a lot of times I find that with girls, they feel like, well, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to tell people what I'm going through. But I want you to know that you're not a burden. You can share what you're going through and let people know, because there are people who care about you. So tell yourself, I'm worthy of having people that can help me and care about me to journey through this. And know that you're not alone. Other people have experienced what you're experiencing too. And you can get the help that you need. So, it's okay if you have to see a psychiatrist to be on medication for depression or perhaps anxiety. It's okay to see a therapist, that you have someone to talk to and give you some strategies and tools to help you, so you can decrease your symptoms of depression, or decrease the thoughts that you have of wanting to harm yourself. There are tons of apps out here, like the NotOk app. That's really great. And I will also link some resources in the bottom, like Suicide Hotline and things like that. But I want you guys to know that this is an issue that has been going on for a very long time, and we really need to pay attention, because right now it's the second leading cause of death for adolescents, suicide. And this is something that we don't talk about often, and we need to talk about it, so that way we can help our kids to succeed more. So I really want to put a challenge out here for those that are listening to this video, is to show up for the girls that are around you. I'm going to keep saying that word, show up, because you have to show up for them. They need help. We all need help. And so if you're going through a difficult time, just know that there are people who care about you. And there are tons of resources that are available out here. But if you feel like you don't have a supportive place, someone to talk to, please feel free to reach out to me. I can link you up to some resources that are near you that may be able to be beneficial for you. And if you are a parent watching this, I want you to know that you are not alone. Please do not have any fear. Just take a deep breath. Don't feel like, okay, well, what am I going to do now? Just know that your daughter needs you, and you can show up for them. You can link them up with some resources to help them out. And just know that there are other adults and mental health professionals who care too. So link them up with those support systems, because that's what they need. They need a supportive system to grow during this time, and that they're not isolating themselves, and they're finding things that make them happy. So getting some sunlight, going outside, not putting too much pressure on yourself to feel like you got to constantly do, because you want to be in a place where you can just be and exist and be present in the moment. Practice some deep breathing, taking your superwoman cape off and feeling like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can get through this. So just know that this is, I'm going to keep saying this, it's a public health crisis. It's a national crisis that needs to be addressed. And I'm glad there are some organizations out here that are addressing this. I'm glad that there are some policies that are underway that's trying to address this too. So I'm hoping we can get more people to help our girls. So if you need a therapist, please go to therapyforblackgirls.com. You can search a directory and look in your state. You can also put your insurance, and you'll find tons of therapists on that platform that you can reach out to. And that way you can get started with therapy if you're looking to see a therapist. And if you feel like you're in danger at this moment, don't hesitate to call 911 to speak to a local screening or mobile crisis center or crisis hotline at your local hospital, where you can be assessed and seen by someone to make sure that you're safe, because at the end of the day, safety matters first. So I hope to bring you guys more videos, and I just want to say thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share this video with other people. If this was difficult to watch, please take a deep breath. Please talk to someone about it. Journal tonight if you need to, but just know that we all care about you, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks.